What's up? What's good? Bro? What's good? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. I don't know what's going on. Likes, they mess up with the likes today, dog. What's going on with the likes today, dog? Um, all right, everything looking cool right now. Everything looking cool right now. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Leader Conscious One. We are here early in the morning. Early in the morning. I hope everything going good with you. If you off today, like I am, I'm on vacation, so I get to chill. Do my thing. I hope you do that. Productive day. If you want to have a productive day, I'm making some, making some videos, content. If you had to run errands, go make sure you go running errands. Do that. If you're at work, hope it's a wonderful day at work. All right. With that being said, man, let's do our thing. Let's cook this up. All right, man. This headlines, I think it happened yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people talked about this. It made headlines. It got surfaced all around Twitter. I think it's on Facebook as well. A lot of Cleveland media, of course, and other media definitely they talked about this. Um, they're saying that Dillon Gabriel's fiance that made a comment after the Browns game on Sunday they lost. So people had a problem with that. And so, people commented and all of that. And she let people know. No, she was defending herself basically and letting them know, like, look, man, the Browns want to play, they want to play my her fiance anyway. So I don't know what y'all talking about. And so, some of them went in there defending Shedeur, and some of them call her racist and all of that. I don't know her. I don't know her personally to call her racist. I don't even know her channel like that to be even saying she making racist remarks. So I'm not gonna call her racist because she's saying the Browns lost again. What is new? Um, so I don't know where they got the racist thing from. I don't know. So she's back at she basically saying the Browns lost again, and they did. The Browns did lose again. They did show a message where when Dillon Gabriel got hurt during the Ravens game that people were laughing and all of that. So she made a comment about that and people backed her up and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know nothing about no racist stuff. All I know is she made a comment after the game on Sunday and the Browns lost. A lot of people said the Browns lost. What is new? And since Shedeur is the quarterback, they automatically thought she was talking about Shedeur. So that's what I'm gathering for this. The Browns been losing for a minute. And since the Browns lost and Shedeur is the quarterback, people took it as she was taking shots at Shedeur, which I don't know. I'm not her. And so then they start going in her comments, and she defended herself by saying the people inside the building want my fiance to play anyway. So what now? You ain't the coach and you don't play football. So a lot of people believe that she out here tripping. She should have kept her mouth shut. Why did she open her mouth? And things like that. So let's break this down. Let's take a deep breath since this is already a day old. Let's try to break this down and see what's really going on. Okay. So you got to understand that Dillon Gabriel is dealing with pressure just like Shedeur. No matter what side you're on, let's just break this down. Dillon Gabriel didn't ask for this. Shedeur did not ask for this. They just want to play football. The Cleveland Brown organization made this big spectacle about who's better, who's not. The Cleveland Brown media and the coaches did not say, we didn't say that. They let it go out there. So that's why it's this Dillon versus Shedeur thing, because the Cleveland Brown media, some of the media who put Dillon this, and the coaches did not come out and say, hey, we ain't say this. This is so they let the narrative play out, right? Um, so with that's going on, um, we gotta realize that they're both young players. They both rookies, and his fiance is just like Shedeur's mom and dad. They if they don't like something or they want them to play, they're gonna voice their opinion. And I believe that's what's going on with his fiance. She don't approve or like what's going on, and she voices her opinion. I think that is what's really going on besides anything else. You know what I mean? I don't think anything else is really that bad. In my opinion, it just looked like it's a extended is his fiance defending him. She want him to play. She want him to do good, and she see the comments of people coming after him. So she actually defended and probably shot. Maybe she shot back the way she. Maybe she shot back without thinking, and that's okay. Online, sometimes people shoot back without thinking. Okay, so you got other people believe that she is wrong. You got people believe that she should have just kept her mouth shut. You got people believe that I can't believe that you out here running your mouth, and some people believe that she's racist. So I look, I ain't never seen this girl day in my life. This is the first time I ever heard of her, seen her, or heard of her. I'm pretty. It look like she makes content on a regular basis. So I don't really know why people are calling her racist because I haven't seen nothing about that. So maybe because it's Shedeur as the quarterback and she said, well, the Browns lost again. Now I don't know. Did she say that when Dillon was quarterback? I don't know. I don't know if she said that was when Dillon was quarterback. I don't know. I didn't go digging. So did she say this when Dillon quarterback and they lost? I'm not sure. I don't know. But some people believe that she only saying it because Shedeur is quarterback. So they start shooting at her, right? Okay, cool. You have every right to feel how you want to feel. I'm not gonna call her racist because I don't know her like that. Nobody spit any content out and say that she's saying this. So I don't know. I don't know, but I kind of, it's kind of wild, man. I just think it's a crazy situation. It's already a heated situation going on between, the organization and your son. I mean, and your husband. It's not about the organization not liking your husband. It's about, what the media is putting out there, making your husband go Shedeur versus Dillon Gabriel. And it should never be like that. It should have never been one versus the other. All this stuff is wild to me, and the Cleveland Brown media did help this. Certain media they did help it. Kevin Stefanski did not stop it, so we here now. Ruka Girl said the Brown lost because of play calling, and we all know it. The young lady has to support her fiance and keep pillow talking on the pillow. Lesson learned. Got time to say this. Kevin Stefanski won't care. He's on Gabriel's side anyway. All right, let's talk about that. Okay, Ruka Girl, thank you for commenting. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. Okay, let's talk about that. Ruka Girl says the Browns because of play calling. Yes, I agree. Play calling and special teams. Play calling, special teams. That's why they lost. I do agree with that. She said pillow talking. Okay, now where did she get this from? Where did Dillon Gabriel's fiance get that he is the one that everybody wants? Now there's two sides you can look at that. Where did she get that from? Did he tell her that, or is she listening to certain media like Mary Kay Cabot? Because there is certain media saying this too, right? So did she just get this from the media, or did he tell her this? We don't know if he told her this. We have no idea if he told her this. So we can only assume that he told her this, or she's listening to the media like Mary Kay Cabot, who's the one who said, yeah, everybody is so many people who want to see Shedeur. I mean, want to see Dillon Gabriel, and nobody told me they want Shedeur. Remember, Mary Kay Cabot came out and said, nobody told me they want to see Shedeur. They all told me they want to see Dillon Gabriel. Remember, she said that. So she could be piggybacking off of that, or Dillon Gabriel did tell her that. So I don't know. I don't know which one it is because I'm not her. She did not specify or clarify. How did she come up with that answer or that statement that the Cleveland Browns office want her fiance instead of Shedeur? So I really don't know. But it could be pillow talking, or it could be just listening to Mary Kay Cabot and other media who's saying Dillon Gabriel is the one and Shedeur is not. It could be. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. Come on, y'all. Let's talk about this. Because a lot of people are wondering, is she really attacking Shedeur? Is she really racist or not? Let's get to this because did she make a mistake? Let's talk about that. Was it a mistake of even typing that? Was it a mistake? Let me know, y'all. Was it a mistake? Do you feel like it was a mistake for her to come out and stir the pot like that? Because the pot versus Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur it's been stirring for a long time, right? Since camp. So do you think it was very wise that his fiance come out and stir the pot like that? You know, because sometimes social media can get you to say stuff you wasn't trying to say, right? Because she never said nothing like this before. So why she said it now? I don't know. Is it because Shedeur is starting or is it not? I don't know. What do y'all feel? Hit that like, man. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. Let's have a conversation here. Let's talk about it because it was a big topic yesterday, and it's a lot of ways you can look at this. Is she wrong? Do you feel that she wrong? I mean, she obviously did not read the room. She did not read the room because the tension between Dillon Gabriel fans and Shedeur fans is still thick. Not Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. I don't think they have a problem. But I think, certain supporters from each side, the tension is still thick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe she read the room on that. And again, you're allowed to make mistakes. They're newlyweds online, kind of like Travis Hunter and his wife. It's like people are searching for stuff. In my opinion, I think people are just searching for stuff. They want something to complain about, or they want something to pick at. So I believe that they're just picking. Because I don't really see nothing wrong. The Browns did lose again. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. So the Browns did lose again. So, I mean, she wasn't wrong in that aspect. So how does it go from the Browns loss again to you talking about Shedeur? That's what I want to know. The Browns did lose again. So she was not lying. So how does it go from you talk about Shedeur? You're racist. How does it go to that? How does it go to that? And I think she just defended herself because they shot at her, calling her racist and all of that. And so she's like, well, whatever. They want my man to play anyway. I mean, I think she just shoot back at people. Her. Get the likes up, share the video. So how do y'all feel about that? In my opinion, man, I just think she's doing what a regular fiance would do. I want my man to play, and I feel my man is better. Shedeur family feels the same way. Shedeur mother, Shedeur, they're not coming out saying that, but they do feel Shedeur should play or he might be better. But do you believe that she is out of pocket? Do y'all believe that she's out of pocket? You know what I mean? For coming out and just saying, flat out saying the organization wants my fiance over Shedeur. Basically, she said that, right? And I don't know where she got that. Again, it could be Dillon Gabriel told her, or she listened to a certain Browns media who talks about Dillon Gabriel like that. It could be either way. It could be either way, man. You know what I mean? So I really don't know. I still think it's kind of crazy that she was bold enough to say they want my fiance anyway. I think that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, she been paying attention. So for you to just say, yo, the truth is they want Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur. For you to come out and say that is wild though. It's like, who told you that? Because if Shedeur family would have said that, oh my God. And I don't even like how some of these people taking it lightly when it comes to this. Because if Dillon Gabriel, if one of Shedeur family members would have did this, oh, can y'all imagine? If one of Shedeur family members would have did this and say, man, come on, they already told us, man. They already told us that they want Shedeur. They wouldn't like this. So some of the media who taking it light, like, oh, some of them like, oh, I think they was trying to like bring Shedeur. Shedeur ain't got nothing to do with this. Shedeur ain't got nothing to do with this. This is all Dillon Gabriel and his fiance. So I want to see how far they take this. Are they going to find Dillon Gabriel and ask about this? Next time they see Dillon Gabriel, will they ask about this like they do Shedeur all the time? When they go out their way to ask about this, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if did they ask Shedeur about this today? I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Uh Aruka girl says it's never wise to speak on it. She listened to Gabriel's frustrations, but she has to remember it's his workplace. So you believe that Dillon Gabriel is the one who told her. Aruka girl, you have come to a conclusion. You believe Dillon Gabriel is telling her this. I mean, we ain't got no proof though. We don't have no proof that Dillon Gabriel told her this. But you believe that Dillon Gabriel's going home and telling her he's frustrated right now and they want me to play. So that's what you believe. Because Mary Kay Cabot already reported everybody she talked to is pro Dillon Gabriel. That's what Mary Kay Cabot. But Mary Kay Cabot's also saying Shedeur should get the rest of the starts and they see something inside. They see something that's inside of him that's promising. So I don't know. Like I said, there's people inside of the organization that like Dillon Gabriel, obviously, and there's people who like Shedeur. Now I don't know if it's split down the middle or whatnot. I don't know, but I think both quarterbacks got people who want them to play. Tony says for sure the pillow talking. Okay, so who's that? Who's that? Tony? Tonk Bay. Okay, Tonk Bay. Thank you for tuning in. The like button, share button, subscribe button. So Tonk Bay, you believe that Dillon Gabriel is behind this. You believe he goes home and say, "Hey man, they want me. They want me." Right? You believe that he's going home and tell her this? I'm just saying, you believe that he tells her this and she did not just say this on her own. You believe somebody that he is getting it. So do you believe somebody is telling Gabriel this too? Or he just saying, hey man, he just went home and told her this. So who's saying this? Remember, Mary Kay Cabot said it herself. But who's telling Dillon Gabriel and who's telling his fiance this is what's going on inside the building? And remember, G. Bush is the only one saying it for Shedeur. Nobody else is saying this for Shedeur. Everybody else is saying Dillon Gabriel, Dillon Gabriel, Dillon Gabriel. G. Bush is the one saying, well, I heard different inside, and the players. All right, talk bait. Oh no, got time today says Stefanski's staff is on Gabriel's side, but everyone knows he needs more development. Okay, so got time today. More development. So he got all the reps in the beginning. So you saying that all the reps that he got from the beginning until now, I mean until he lost his job, that wasn't enough. Are you telling me that? Got time today. They rolled the red carpet out for him, and you telling me that's not enough. He need more time and more time and more development. Because Shedeur showed more promising with less development. Shedeur showed more promising with less development. Even though Shedeur needs more development, are you telling me that he needs more time and more development when they rolled out the red carpet for him since the beginning? Is that what you're saying? And you saying his staff? So you saying the staff is on his side too? I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Tonk Bay says, yeah, we all do. She just not supposed to let the world know. Okay, so you saying, I mean, of course, it's normal to talk to your fiance. It's normal to go home and talk to your family, whoever it is. That's normal, man. That's normal to do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Go home, you frustrated, go home, whatever. So y'all saying that he goes home, but she's supposed to keep it a secret. Okay. All right. Aruka girl says, who in the world would tell her this? Really is just like any of us to talk about our bad day. It could be just one person saying they want him, and it could be just saying it's everybody. I mean, yeah, again, I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with him going home and talking to his fiance, and if this is true, because we don't even know. We don't even know if this really true or not. We don't even know if he told her to say this or he even told her this. She just said, you don't even know. They really want. So we don't know where she got it from. We don't know who told her this. We just trying to speculate and say, okay, is it either pillow talking or somebody told her this. Again, it could be one person or 15 people, right? But the thing is this, the Browns organization is the reason all this stuff is happening, right? All they had to do is never say it was a competition. And all the media had to do is not try to say Dillon Gabriel is coming along further than Shedeur. They're all responsible. Mary Kay Cabot, Grossi, and Kevin Stefanski, they all responsible because they didn't have to do none of this. We didn't come on here acting for the Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur. No, none of us did this. The media decided to play along and start the narrative that Shedeur is not good as Dillon Gabriel, or he's slower and not smart as it. And Kevin Stefanski and them let it go on. This is why I be like, they be like, Shedeur, why you won't tell the world that you and Kevin don't have a problem? It ain't his place. Kevin never defended him. He ain't got to defend Kevin. I don't know why some of the Cleveland media want Shedeur to defend Kevin when Kevin never defends him. Now, even though Shedeur might say, hey, man, I'm not here to point no fingers, but why do he need to go out his way to say, no, we are great and he's the greatest coach ever? Why? When it's not even true. Everybody know he had Shedeur on the sideline and gave everything to Dillon Gabriel. So why do he need to go out there and stick his neck out for Kevin when Kevin don't want to do it for him? So I don't understand that when they talk about. I don't understand that. That's weird to me. But yeah, I have a problem with if Dillon Gabriel went home and told his fiance, cool, and she probably frustrated too. You know, she is an extension of him. She probably frustrated and be like, man, F this, man. F this, man. Forget all this, man. You know what I'm saying? Forget all this. What is his name? Jump Aboard says NFL good old boys started all this foolishness. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. So Jump Aboard says NFL good old boys started this. Okay, I just believe that there is a script out there that was pushed in the beginning, right? You have four quarterbacks. And they already had who they wanted to start, who they wanted to back up, who they wanted to be third string, and all of that, right? And so on and so forth, right? I think they already had that before. I think they had that before Shedeur was even drafted. This is my opinion. I think they had the order of 1, 2, and 3 before Shedeur was even drafted. Right? When the first 2 days went, I think they already had everything mapped out of how they wanted the quarterback situation to go. And so they had Joe Flacco, they had Kenny Pickett, whatever order 1, 2, then they had Dillon Gabriel. And then they had Deshaun Watson coming back sooner or later. This is what I believe, y'all. I really believe this. I believe Shedeur wasn't on the board. Shedeur wasn't the plan. This is what I believe. Shedeur was never the plan. They already X'd him out. That's why they never picked him in the first and second round. Shedeur wasn't the plan. This was the plan. Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, what's his name, y'all? Dillon Gabriel and Deshaun Watson. They already knew, and Deshaun Watson was going to make a comeback sooner or later in this season. So that's 4 quarterbacks. They already got 4 quarterbacks. Okay? This is what I believe. Shedeur was never the plans, ever. All right? He was never the plans. So they already had 3 quarterbacks lined up. They already had 2 quarterbacks before the draft, right? Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. 1 or 2. They already had that. They picked Dillon Gabriel. Everything was set to go. They was done. We got a quarterback because Deshaun Watson is number 4. He just on injured reserve, right? He just injured reserve. He's going to make a comeback sooner or later. He's rehabbing. They already knew Deshaun Watson was going to make a comeback this year. It was already said in training camp, right? So let's not forget about that. They was already talking about Deshaun Watson coming back before the season starts. He's ramping up. He showed IG videos, everything. So Shedeur was never the plan. So now, if you just take a deep breath and be like, oh, damn. So now it makes sense why Shedeur was pushed to the side until they was forced to use him, right? They was forced to use Shedeur. Shedeur was never going to play this year. Shedeur was never going to start this year. They was forced to use him because their plans imploded, right? Their plans imploded. Kenny Pickett got injured, never came back. That messed everything up. Let's okay. Now that everything is already played out, let's go back. Shedeur was never the plan. Shedeur was supposed to go undrafted. Let's just keep it honest. Shedeur was supposed to go undrafted. They had everything mapped out, right? Supposed to go undrafted. For some reason, the Browns got a phone call. Remember, we got a phone call, and then it happened. So we don't know who called them. Shedeur is supposed to go undrafted. Let's just tell the truth now. Let's just get it out and open. They made a plan to make Shedeur go undrafted, but somebody called the Browns and they did it. Remember, they already said it. We got a phone call and then we made it happen. We don't know who called them to say make that happen. Somebody called them and told them to do it. All right. So somebody called Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, and then they called Haslam, and then it happened. Now we don't know how true that is. We can't really trust them. Maybe it was somewhere else. Maybe we don't know. Let's just trust their judgment on how it all went down, right? Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. So let's just say that's how it happened. Somebody said, "Come on, man, please don't do this. Don't do that." And so they picked him up. They was already done with their quarterbacks. Because remember, they already got 4. 3 active, 1 inactive. So Shedeur was not supposed to be part of this. So now Kevin Stefanski already has a plan for the quarterbacks. All this makes sense now. Why Shedeur was pushed off to the side. It's time to start using critical thinking and common sense. Now it makes sense why Shedeur was treated how he was being treated. Because he was never in the plans, right? Look at your life, right? Just say that you had plans and then a monkey wrench. Are you going to, most likely you're going to try to continue your plans even though this thing is right here. You're going to try your best to still continue your plans, right? So Shedeur was never a top priority on the list. He was never the last resort on the list. Nothing. So again, they picked him last when he wasn't even on the board when everything transpired, right? So Kevin Stefanski already got his plans out. I want Dillon Gabriel. They got 3 quarterbacks. Let's roll. And we know Deshaun Watson going to come back later. Okay, let's just keep it honest. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. The likes up are free. Share the video. Let's just keep it honest now. So Shedeur was last minute. The plans was already made before Shedeur got drafted. They already had the plans made for 1, 2, and 3, and Deshaun come back later in the year. Everything was already orchestrated before Shedeur got drafted on that last day. Right? Hear me out. Hear me out. They never, I don't know why they did this. They never ever should have said it was a competition when they already had the board 1, 2, and 3. Dillon Gabriel was already 3. And Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco was 1 or 2. That was already made before camp. So I don't know what somebody told them to say. I don't know who told them to say, let's tell the world it's a free competition. It never was a free competition. They already had it made out. So that's where all the trouble started, by lying about a competition that was never real. And then as soon as they did that, that's when Mary Kay Cabot and Tony Grossi, oh man, Dillon Gabriel is better than Shedeur. Dillon Gabriel is so smart. He's coming along. All that stuff started coming out. And you're like, what the hell y'all even talking about? That's how it started. Because when we remember before camp, none of that stuff happened. Remember that, y'all. Before camp, none of them kept saying Dillon Gabriel's processing is better. Nobody played yet. Nobody had practice yet. They waited until camp started and they said it was a competition. That's when they start spewing who better, who not better, who faster, who not. All right. That's when all this stuff are happening. Let's take a deep breath and go all the way back. There was no super media going after Shedeur before camp. There was no super media going saying one's smarter and one's better before camp. None of them was doing that until they mentioned, hey man, it's open competition. What do you see? What do you see? And that's when we like Dillon Gabriel better. We like Dillon Gabriel better, which is not a problem. But saying things that's not true in practice is crazy. Now you got people saying, oh, Dillon Gabriel is playing is how we seen in practice. Shedeur accuracy and stuff like that is what we seen in practice. Shedeur had more promising than Dillon Gabriel. So why did y'all just didn't report it like that, right? Why say one's better than the other? Just stay down, just keep it down the middle. One looks better doing this, one looks better doing that. One is more promising at this, one is more promising at that. One is less promising, one is less. That's all they had to do. But they chose to run a certain narrative on purpose. But now they don't even run that narrative no more. After Dillon Gabriel's fifth game, they stopped running that narrative that he's so far along now. But you can't do that. You gotta stand on that now, because for weeks you said that. From the beginning you said that. Now that it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to, now you stop running the narrative. Okay, it's a team game, right? It don't matter if the team is losing a Dillon. You still said mentally he's still far along. You know, that goes with processing, and accuracy. It still goes together. You still got to process and you still got to work on that, right? So you said this and now it didn't pan out. Now you trying to like go back and act like like, oh, don't bring that up. No, you have to stand on that. You got to come out here and stand on that, right? The team is not that good. We get it. But he doesn't have the process and accuracy either. And in quarterback, you need that accuracy. You need that. Now, timing is everything, right? But he has so many reps. What is his excuse? Right? What's his excuse not having timing down with the ones when he had he had Joe Flacco reps. He had Kenny Pickett reps. And then he got all the reps when they left. So what is his excuse for the timing? Okay, we give Shedeur a little pass because he haven't practiced with him. And they killed Shedeur even though he ain't practiced with him. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. The likes up is free. Get the likes up. Share the video is free. They kill Shedeur all the time, even if he had minimal practice or no practice, they kill him. Dillon Gabriel had all the practice in the world, and his timing is still off. This is still off. That is still off. So you have to just come back and say you was wrong. They say, you know what? I was wrong. Tony Grossi had to come out and say he was wrong, and I was wrong. Mary Kay Cabot, she never said she was wrong, but she's moving along now. Now all of a sudden, Dillon Gabriel needs more development. But we already told y'all this. We said, bro, we respect that y'all like Dillon Gabriel. We respect that you respect his mechanics. We respect that you saying he got more experience for whatever reason. But you can't deny that he needs more work. Nah, man, he ready, man. No, he ready, man. He ready. Bro, y'all seeing the same videos that we see. All the clip videos they show y'all, we see it too, right? Mary Kay Cabot gets to watch full practices, so she already know. Tony Grossi get to watch full practices. He already know. So there's no reason to pretend that Dillon Gabriel don't have things he need to work on. So why pretend he don't need to work on it? That's why they look crazy. Shedeur needs to work on this. So does Dillon Gabriel. And now all of a sudden, well, he's a rookie now. Leave him alone. He's a rookie. Let him develop. But we told y'all let him develop before the beginning. Nah, man, Shedeur is the one who ain't coming along. Well, Dillon Gabriel should be more far along if he's getting extra practice, extra reps, and extra. He should be far along with the playbook. That makes more sense. If he gets the starting playbook, he should be far along than Shedeur in this when it comes to doing with the playbook, because he gets it all the time. The starting, with the starting ones and twos and all of that. So of course he should be far along. That's not I mean, that's common sense. But why did y'all ignore that? I don't know. I don't know why would they do that. So now we got this big ass thing still going on, one versus the other, because they just did not handle this right. The Cleveland Browns did not handle this situation right at all. Okay, they just should have never picked Shedeur at all. Yo. I'm just keeping it honest. You should have let him go undrafted and let whatever they go, because you knew that your head coach was rocking with Dillon Gabriel, which means Shedeur was never going to play. So that means Haslam went into the press conference lying. That means Andrew Berry went to the press conference lying, because they all knew Dillon Gabriel was his guy. So why would you let him go? Why would you pick him knowing that he ain't got no chance? You know what I'm saying? It's like soon as Shedeur got drafted, the plans was already made before he got drafted. So you ain't playing anyway. He would have never really started that Panthers game if Dillon Gabriel didn't get hurt. He would have never started that game. He would be starting now if Dillon Gabriel didn't get hurt. So it's like it was a miracle. A miracle had to happen for him for the Panthers game, and a miracle had to happen for him to play this year. Oh yeah, no. 2 injuries to Dillon Gabriel is the reason why we seen him start, y'all. 2 injuries is the reason why we start. Instead of the Haslam keeping it honest, Shedeur, we know, or Barry just tell the truth. Look, man, Kevin Stefanski, it's gonna be hard for you to play. And they said they wanted to red shirt you, all of that. Let's admit it. It's okay. We cool with that. But now when Kenny Pickett got hurt, everything messed up. When Kenny Pickett didn't recover from his hamstring fast enough, they had to get him out of there. And then Joe Flacco, after 4 games, then they shipped him off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all this could have been avoided if you just let everything play out. You know what I'm saying? Just let it play out. You don't need all this extra hoopla. Just let it play out. Right? So Haslam saying it, you're going to see both quarterbacks, and your head coach is like, no, you're not. So the plan was to give Shedeur like the last 4 games or something like that. That's what they were saying, Tony Grossi and Mary Kay Cabby. Remember this, y'all. Before he got injured, Shedeur is supposed to get the last 4 games. Both of the Tonys said that. Mary Kay Cabot, they was like, yeah, maybe the last few games. Remember that? So Shedeur wasn't supposed to get this many games to begin with. He's supposed to get like the last 3 or 4 games. They had it already mapped out. Dillon Gabriel was going to get the bulk. He's supposed to get at least 8, 9 games. Or maybe even more. Okay? So Shedeur, a miracle had to happen for all this stuff to transpire, y'all. Ain't that crazy? Kenny Pickett had to get hurt and never recovered. Did not happen. Joe Flacco and the team had to play bad. Then he gets shipped off. Now it's 1-1. Dillon Gabriel had to get concussion for him to get in. And look, it all happened. He still got in, right? But just look how much he had to fight to get in. How much he had to go through just to get in. And all they had to say that from the beginning. Shedeur, you're not going to play this year. We got Deshaun Watson. Remember that. We got Deshaun Watson. And we got Dillon Gabriel. And we got Kenny Pickett. And we got Joe Flacco. That's all they had to say, bro. I didn't think he was going to play. I didn't think he was going to play at all. I'm like, what? 5th round? Oh, he ain't playing this year. Most people who know sports knows that the rookies most likely won't play. We all know this. So there's no big deal. We all knew, Shedeur ain't playing the first year. We already know that. With quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks usually don't even get in their first year. They usually don't get no playing time unless the starting quarterback gets hurt. Now, you number 4 over here, and Deshaun Watson is going to get back to practice sooner or later. You definitely not getting in. So I already knew this. Most of the Cleveland fan base, most of the Shedeur fan base, we already knew that he not going to play. We already knew this. This is why we didn't come with no attitude. We didn't come with no attitude. We didn't come fishing for problems. Go back to the beginning. We never came to the Cleveland with no attitude. We like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. He got drafted, most likely year 2. We was on the year 2 already. Soon as he got drafted, we were looking forward to year 2. We're like, okay, year 2, he definitely can fight for the job because they already got too many quarterbacks. Everybody knows if you got a lot of quarterbacks and you draft one, that quarterback ain't getting in unless trades or injuries. Go to the Titans. Cam Ward was never going to play. Cam Ward was never going to play, but he got to start because what? Injuries. Now, Cam Ward probably got in later, but Cam Ward was never going to start, but he gets to start because of his starting quarterback got injured for the rest of the season. The quarterback got injured for the season. If he got injured for 2 weeks, Cam Ward would be back on the bench. Unless the quarterback plays horribly, and then he can get back in. See what I'm saying? Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Let me see. Let me see. Let me get some of these comments. They were deciding between Gabriel and Shedeur. Game time. Okay. John says Shedeur is still not ready, and people do not want him to succeed. Players, coaches, in front office. I don't like when he's going through. How can you say somebody not ready? You have to. He just told you he need to play. He's not ready for what? What he not ready for? He has to go out there and play and get acclimated. So he's not ready for what? How many quarterbacks can just go every game, just go play out of their mind no matter what? That's impossible. So he's not ready for what? Let me know. He's not ready for what? What he's not ready for? He already showed you he's ready. His teammates showed you he's ready. He shows you he's ready. So he's not ready for what? What he's not ready for. And remember, he's a rookie. Stop trying to put veteran expectations on a rookie. That's what y'all doing. When it comes to Shedeur, you act like he's a veteran. You act like he's been in for 4 or 5 years. That's what y'all do every game. He needs to do this, and he ain't ready. He's a rookie. What are you talking about? Give him the same rookie grace you gave everybody else. That's what y'all like to do. He ain't no goddamn veteran. Stop trying to put veteran expectations on a rookie. Cut it out, man. Cut that shit out. John says he isn't better, but both are unbelievable, undeveloped rookies. Brown's going to ruin 2 quarterbacks. I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that one. Ray Charles can see he is better than Dillon Gabriel. Okay. Sports media is toxic, unfortunately. But I believe Sanders the QB for the next year. I mean, not all sports media is toxic. I just believe some of them are programmed a certain way and they stuck to their ways and they're going to run things, right? I think some stuff come down to programming. Some stuff do come down to you're trolling. And so you have an agenda. And I believe some is this, it is what it is. Naya, what up, Naya? How you doing, baby? Shout out to Naya. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. We in the building. She said, yeah, let's talk about it. I would have preferred him getting his debut next year. John, again, some of us believe he was going to play next year. As soon as he got drafted, be like, oh, yeah, he ain't going to play this year. We understand. Now, again, when it comes to sports and being successful in sports, it's not I. It's we. It's we, right? It's we, which means the general manager, the owner, the head coach, the coordinators all have to understand we. What's best for the team? We, right? When you don't have that, when one on the top don't give a damn, and then the next one don't give a damn, and the next one might give a damn, and then you got this player that give a damn, and this group of players give a damn, and this player like Judy, players like that, you can't win. You got players who care like Myles Garrett and other ones. Then you got other ones who just going through the motion. Then you got other ones who just trying to get the money. You ain't gonna win. You're not gonna win, bro. If you watch sports for a long time growing up, you understand with successful teams how it happens, how they build, and then unsuccessful teams. It starts from the top all the way to the bottom. From the top all the way to the bottom. See what I'm saying? So this is why the Browns have not been nowhere in a long time, because they don't give a damn. And then the next one don't give a damn. Then the next one don't give a damn. And then you got some that you got this coordinator do, this coordinator don't. These group of players do, these players don't. And that's why it's a dysfunction. If you know your team need linemen, you don't pick two quarterbacks. That's common sense. If you know you need linemen, why would you pick two quarterbacks? Why would you do that? If you know you need better receivers, why would you pick two quarterbacks? Why would you do that? You had Shedeur and Travis. Shedeur is the quarterback. Travis is a DB and a receiver. So you mean to tell me you don't want a DB and a receiver and one? I mean, that's one person who's high level on both sides, and you can develop him as the year go. You said, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. You don't want your quarterback favorite target? Why would you not want one of your quarterback's favorite target to follow him? Why would you not? I don't know. So Cleveland Brown has been doing stuff that don't benefit the team for a very long time. So you have to look at it. Kevin Stefanski is not the reason why. It's not the main reason. It's the people who spend the money. It's the people who spend that money is the reason why Cleveland ain't been nothing. They don't care about spending the money on the team. They care about spending the money on the facilities and this and that. When it comes to actually spending money on the team and getting the players and all that, they don't care about that. And that's why Cleveland Browns ain't been nothing for a very long time. Now they about to spend money on the stadium. But what about the team? The team should have been built before the stadium. Don't you think the team should have been built before the stadium? I believe so. But there it is. So the people with the money don't care. Why you think Kevin Stefanski don't care? Kevin Stefanski like, it is what it is. You know, I just, you know what I'm saying? I just called the play because I felt like it. You called the play because you just felt like it. Even though you could win this 49er game, keep your playoffs hopes alive, you don't care about your playoff hopes. I'm just going to call this play knowing there's a high percentage. If I lose this, the game is over. Ask yourself this. Kevin Stefanski knew if they get stopped on that second, 4th and 1, the game is over. Because you don't have the offense to fight this off. You knew this. This is a tight game. Your defense holding up. All you got to do is play the percentages, play the field. And you say, you know what? I'm gonna give them a short field. Let them score. If this don't happen, oh well. And people you got people defending. Well, you know, Kevin Stefanski, you know, he called a good play. It's not about if you call the good play or not, and it just you end up getting stopped. It's about common sense. On 4th and 1, on their goal, you just take the points. Just take it. Because you gotta, this is one of those games where everything counts. The weather, right? You got the weather. So all that is, you gotta take everything that counts. And you're not a good football team to be like, I can gamble on this. You're not a good football team to do that. It's offensively, I'm saying. Offensively, you're not that good to say, I can gamble on this. I can gamble. You're not that good to do that. So you can't do that. Now, you got people defending him. Hey, man, that's a good call, man. I understand that. But your offense is not good enough for you to gamble like this. So you take the 3 in the red zone. And then when you get back down in scoring position, when you get 3rd and 15, you don't draw. When you get 3rd and 15, you don't take a sack. You don't take a sack on 3rd and 15. You run the ball or you call a pass. You call a pass play, and then you throw it away, and you take another field goal. That's 6 points you left on the board because you just want to do something. Am I making sense? Your offense not good enough for you just to play around like I could just no. You got to win this game, and your playoff hopes is still alive. So you can't just say 6 points. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just go for it on 4th and 1. No, you take the points. When you in field goal range, you don't order a pass play where or you don't take a sack. You tell your quarterback, don't take a sack, throw it away, or you just run the ball. Keep that 6 points you left off the board because you just want to do something. And then when it's eight, you come out halftime. It's 10-8. They stop you, you stop them. It's 4th and 1, 4th and inches. You punt the ball. I don't care if you think you could get it. You punt the ball. It's 4th and 8. Everything is going according to plan. 10-8. Everything good. They can't score on you. Your offense can't score. Why would you do that to your team? Because Kevin know he ain't getting fired. Kevin ain't worried about getting fired. He ain't cared about getting fired. So I'm gonna just do what I want. When they asked about it, hey man, why you do that? I just felt like doing it. Now imagine Shedeur says, you know what? I don't care about your plays no more. I'm gonna do what I want. Is it cool? Coaches need to be held accountable just like players. Owners need to be held accountable just like players. But that's not it ain't really going down like that. He doesn't have a good supporting cast coaching. OC line. They want him to be perfect. Who that is? Riley Canes. Thank you, Riley Canes, for supporting, clicking the video. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Share the video. Yes. A team game. They all know that the team is not good, so you just gotta play what you got. I get it. We all know the offensive line was not good, and receivers is not up to par. We all know that. So yeah, but yeah, when they come to Shedeur, it is kind of crazy, man. The way some people be doing certain things. Uh, John said every successful QB have an offensive built for them. Playing in someone else's system is hard. I know this from experience. Exactly. Every quarterback cannot thrive in certain systems. That is facts. No matter what these media tell you, and certain quarterbacks need a certain system and a certain coach, and they need certain things. Of course, every quarterback needs offensive line. Every quarterback needs an offensive line. Everyone. So we ain't gonna even play like that. He just got to overcome his. They said that Shedeur needs to overcome his team's lack thereof. How? If they can't block, they can't block. If they dropping balls, they dropping balls. You got to overcome that. How can a quarterback overcome that? Unless I just keep running the ball. Like that makes no sense at all, bro. So I'm with you. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. John says every oh no, we already said that. Oh no, every successful QB have yeah, we already said that. Ruka Girl says no one person said those 4th and 1s were good calls. Nobody at all. No, Ruka Girl, they did. Girl, there is people who said those were good calls. Yeah, there's some videos out there who said I don't have a problem with that call. They said they don't have a problem with it. I do. When you know your offense ain't good enough, you don't take chances like that. Well, they're 3rd and 8, so we got to be aggressive. That's not being aggressive, bro. That's not being. I mean, being aggressive. That's not being smart. You pick your spots when you want to be aggressive. Okay, now I'll give you that. 4th and 1 on their goal line is not bad, especially when Quinshon Judkins usually gets 1 yard. So I'm not mad at that. The first 4th and 1, cool. The second 4th and 1, hell no. The first 4th and 1, cool. Second 4th and 1, hell no. Use their feet that helps. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, let me see. Where we at? Okay, let's get to some. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Mm, all right. So yeah, hold on, y'all. Let's get to some videos, man. Hold up, hold up. All right, hold on, y'all.
Influencer. Dillon's fiance. She's a TikTok influencer. Lives here in Cleveland with him. So she posts this. And Chris, the original caption on the TikTok was, Browns lost, what's new? Okay, so she originally kind of took a shot at the team. So she posts that kind of blows up. Everybody's like, all right, you can't, don't take shots at the team. Someone comments this. This is from LeJohn John James at TikTok user. Well, he said that little comment you made right there is disgusting. The way you're openly racist is so weird, and you wonder why everyone cheered when little Dillon got a little headache and was afraid to play. No, not everybody cheered. Nobody in that locker room respects that little dude. That's not true. That's what LeJohn John said. Okay, John, I love you. And no one loves Shedeur more than me, but that's just not true. So she says, actually, everyone in the building wants him to play, but you wouldn't know that because you've never played in the NFL or been a coach, right? I think she meant coach. She spelled it wrong, but I'm trying to be fair here. I am. Sorry, little John. What's his name? LeJohn John. Hey, LeJohn John's on your side. Then you're with me, Johnny. And so it'll all work out for you and your guy.
All right.
Dillon,
that's one.
Fiance. She's a TikTok.
All right. So they talked about that yesterday, and you see, I don't have a problem with her standing up for herself, man. I ain't got a problem with it. But it do look like, because if she didn't ever say that about the Browns when her man is playing, I can see why people tripping. If she only said the Browns lose again when everybody play, I'm cool with that. But if she never said it when Dillon Gabriel lost, it's like, but again, I don't know if she's just taking shots or not. I don't know. I'm not her. But it is crazy. Okay, yeah, I thought somebody else commented. They didn't want comments. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to another one, man. Let's get to another one. A lot of people got problems with that. People got problems with it, man. Let's see.
So as well.
No, I don't like that. Let's see what he got to say.
Nobody in the Cleveland Browns, Dillon Gabriel's fiance, just said that nobody in the Cleveland Browns locker room wants Shedeur Sanders starting at quarterback. In her latest TikTok, Dillon Gabriel's fiance throws a ton of shade at Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns as a whole team. And keep in mind, her fiance was just the starting quarterback 3 weeks ago of this team. She posted on TikTok and said, the Browns lost, what's new? And that's when somebody called her out in her comment section and said, that little comment you made right there is so nasty. That is why when Dillon got a little headache, meaning a concussion, nobody in that locker room respected him because he was afraid to go out and play. And that's when she responded and said, actually, everyone in the building wants him to play, but you wouldn't know that because you've never played in the NFL or been a coach, right? Now she's saying that everyone in the locker room wants Dillon Gabriel starting over Shedeur Sanders, and she's laughing that they lost another game with Shedeur as the quarterback. And if you look at the games that Dillon Gabriel started, he only had one win against the Miami Dolphins. And out of the 3 games that Shedeur Sanders has played, he also has one win against the Raiders. So who do you think should be starting in Cleveland? Dillon Gabriel's fiance.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't believe everybody is not that nobody cared about Dillon Gabriel. I don't believe that. I don't believe Dillon Gabriel don't got supporters on the team. I don't believe that, though. That's something I don't believe. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one.
She would probably be well within her rights to feel. Right? And that, yes, privately, she would probably be well within her rights to feel this way. But when you make it publicly like that, these are unnecessary shots you had to take. These are unnecessary shots you had to take. You could have taken, when he ends up with the San Francisco 49ers or the Las Vegas Raiders, like he's bound to do, or some other team in the NFL, take all the shots you want. I don't know if you want to, because you might be back here, because he's probably going to be a backup at some point again here, because backups pop all over the league. But take all the shots you want. But while the season's going on, You tell me I got to comment more on this as time goes on because more of this stuff is going to happen. Like, because everybody's an influencer now. Yeah, I mean, look, famous people date famous people. Yes, all these quarterbacks already have huge followings, and part of cultivating those followings is to use it to monetize. And they're learning this in high school. You know, what we just have happened in Ohio, NIL. You know, a version of NIL gets passed. So my son's girlfriend is going to have to take shots about the fan, and all of a sudden I have to deal with that someday. I think that is part and parcel of this new world that we're living in. I do. It sounds crazy, and in this case, it's just because the sheer magnitude of who Shedeur is. It had to be pretty miserable to be selected as a top 100 pick. Yeah. To get the call from Andrew and Kevin Stefanski that you're our guy, you know, and you look at the Browns situation and you're going, oh, well, I'm going to get an opportunity this year. And I'm going to be in the if this coaching staff stays and organization stays intact, I'm going to get the opportunity to have a starting job in Cleveland, Ohio. And then you get 5 starts. And the guy behind you is the one everybody wants to see, so much so that you get if you come into a game for one play after you were concussed. Does have to stop. Well, my issue would also be, I'm sorry to say this, but I've been in the locker room. Now, I've never been a coach. I would have to think that the quarterback ahead of Dillon Gabriel is, I think he has a higher ceiling, and I'd much rather see him. Now, that's okay. Again, if you want to give those opinions, this is a free country. She's more than welcome to give those opinions. But then there's going to be questions about those opinions that are asked on a Wednesday in the locker room. Yeah, right.
All right, y'all. Now, Got Time Today says there shouldn't be a divide. Okay, Got Time Today. Let's talk about that. I'm glad you typed that. Got Time Today. Get the likes up, y'all. It should be 30 likes by now. Only 11 likes. Disrespectful. We've been alive for an hour. Only 11 likes. Disrespectful. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. All right. Got Time Today. Let's talk about that, right? This should never be a divide, right? Again, this should never be like this. The Cleveland Browns allowed this to happen by letting narratives go out to the public that they knew they should have put the fire out. Fine. It's over now. It's out there. It's burning, right? Now, she is a fan of her fiance, which is make her a fan of the Browns, right? Now, ask yourself this. Is it cool for her to clap back if somebody clap at her? She was minding her business saying, well, the Browns lost again. And people automatically assumed she was taking shots at Shedeur. They assumed it, so they commented like she did. So, you see what I'm saying? They assumed she was taking shots at Shedeur. I mean, we all say the Browns is bad, so why she can't say it? You see what I'm saying? She's allowed to say the Browns are bad. She should be allowed to say the Browns lost again without people getting upset. Well, depending on who the quarterback is, you might get upset. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not her, so I don't know if Shedeur was added into that. I'm not sure. But it just looked like she's taking shots at the Browns like we all take shots at the Browns. All of us was taking shots at the Browns. So it's like, why is it different if she takes shots at the Browns? Because let me ask you this. If she wasn't Dillon Gabriel's fiance, would it be a problem that she said that? If she wasn't Dillon Gabriel's fiance, would they still be a problem? Kevin Stefanski doesn't want Shedeur there, and that's a effed up situation to put a rookie and making him feel unwanted. Again, a lot of us has already commented on how this was handled. I think a lot of us can agree, even if whatever side you're on, Dillon Gabriel's side or not, or Shedeur's side or not, we can all agree this was handled wrong. We all have to start agreeing that not just Shedeur, but Dillon Gabriel did not ask for this. Dillon Gabriel did not ask for any of this either. We have to start, getting out and admitting that both quarterbacks have been put in a position they did not ask for. Get the likes up, y'all. Come on, 9 more likes to 20. Y'all just sitting there with no likes. Disrespectful. All right, so we all have to realize that both rookie quarterbacks have been put in a position that they didn't ask for. And he said that right. Dillon Gabriel have to be upset and feel some type of way because y'all told me I was the guy. Me being drafted with no other quarterback lets me know that I'm the guy. After Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, I'm the guy, which means I have a chance to be starting quarterback next year, if not this year, or have a fighting chance, right? So you do got to feel some type of way. Now, he's not going to say that because in the beginning, they gave him the red carpet treatment. Everything was going to plan in the beginning. So why would Dillon Gabriel complain when everything is going according to plan? So it makes sense for Dillon Gabriel to be smiling every day. People are like, why Dillon? It makes sense for him to smile every day because everything that he was told was going according to plan. So it makes sense. Shedeur was the outsider. Shedeur was the outsider. So when Shedeur get drafted, let's go back to Cleveland, right? Let's go back to Kyrie Irving and Cleveland. Remember, Kyrie Irving was given the keys to Cleveland, and then they out of nowhere, LeBron comes back. Kyrie Irving admitted, man, what the hell you talking about, man? What the hell is this? You told me I was the man in Cleveland, and then you out of nowhere you bring LeBron back. Now I'm not the man no more. It's just like that. It's just like that. Cleveland told Kyrie Irving, here go your 90 million. You are the man. We're going to build around you. You are the main star. Let's do it. And then next thing you know, man, LeBron coming back. What the hell are you talking about? They didn't even talk to Kyrie Irving to see if it was cool. They said, you just Kyrie Irving. We bringing LeBron back. That's why Kyrie Irving said, well, I kind of, he's like, me and LeBron could have won more championships together if I had a more mature mind about the bigger picture. Remember, Kyrie Irving said that. He said, me and LeBron could have won more championships together if I had a more mature mind at that time. But he said, remember, I was like, what, 22, 23 years old, and the franchise told me I was the man, and then I go to sleep and I wake up and I ain't the man no more. I felt some type of way. And you know what? It's fine. He has a right to feel that way. So I'm pretty sure Dillon Gabriel and his fiance, they have a right to feel that way too. Imagine being a fiance of Dillon Gabriel. Imagine the fiance knows that my man, my soon-to-be husband will be starting for the Cleveland Browns either this year or next year. Imagine that is a promise. Imagine that. That is a promise that my fiance, soon-to-be husband, will be getting some playing time this year somewhere, and most likely will be starting. Joe Flacco ain't gonna be coming back, and Kenny Pickett ain't gonna be coming back. So imagine you already know this in your head that year 2, my husband will be starting. Because remember, they already said Deshaun Watson, we done with him. So all that's already out there. That they don't care about Deshaun Watson, and Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco most likely will not be returning next year. That leaves Dillon Gabriel to be the #1 quarterback, and then whoever else follow back. Imagine that you have that already decked out in your cards, your plans already ready. So then imagine that, and then Kenny Pickett get traded. That you get more happier. Yeah. Joe Flacco get traded. Oh man. So imagine being his fiance. Wow, it really happened, right? It happened. Everything happened sooner than later. Dillon Gabriel was not supposed to start right now. Let's tell the truth. Dillon Gabriel was not supposed to start when he started. He supposed to start at the tail end of the season. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to have like maybe 4 or 5 games at the end of the season. That was the real plan. It all got derailed when Kenny Pickett got hurt and he can't recover. Everything is messed up now. Now remember the owner came out and said, we're going to see him. So now the fans are like, win. Dillon Gabriel fans, win, right? So the owner messed this up too by saying, we're going to see them for sure. So now Shedeur fans, win. Dillon Gabriel fans, win. Now imagine being Joe Flacco, y'all. Y'all talk about Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Dillon Gabriel got worried about Shedeur. Imagine being Joe Flacco when the owner come out and said, "Oh, now you really gonna see them." Joe Flacco said, "I want to play." So you say, "Okay, you number one." So Joe Flacco already knew sooner or later they're gonna take me out anyway. It's like the whole thing is crazy, right? The whole thing was messed up, y'all, from the beginning because the owner came out and said, "You're gonna see the rookies this year. You're gonna see them." Most rookies don't even play their first year anyway, y'all. Let's keep it honest. Most rookies never play their first year unless injuries or the quarterback or whatever position they in just suck so bad that you got to get in. So most rookies never play unless you are that good coming out or the person in front of you get injured or they just suck so bad. So imagine that all that sped up. Now he's playing. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! We in there, baby. We playing. We playing. And then next thing you know, he get a concussion and he ain't get his job back. Imagine how that feel. Imagine your fiance get a concussion and now he never getting his job back. You think that she waking up feeling cool about that? Hell no. I'm just being real. I'm being an individual now. I'm not being a fan no more. I'm not being Shedeur fan no more. I'm being an individual right now. Imagine being his fiance. He get injured. Now the job is gone. Imagine how that feel. Imagine that. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. No matter how you feel about Shedeur or Dillon Gabriel, let's be a real person now. How do you think that feels that your husband got chosen to be the number one quarterback and he's out because of an injury and now he never gonna get it back? Now, she is her fiance, his fiance. She don't give a damn if he sucks. She's still gonna root for him. How many of y'all gonna be like, yeah, I'm glad I'm cool with my husband or my fiance getting pulled because he sucked? You ain't gonna say that. You gonna root for him every week. You gonna root for look, Sierra. You think Sierra root for Russell Wilson even if he on a bitch? You hear me? It don't matter how bad Russell Wilson might end up being. Sierra ain't gonna come out and say, "I'm glad my husband is on the bench. I'm glad they pulled my husband." She ain't gonna never say that. So we have to give her. We have to look. No matter how you feel, we have to give her that. We got to give her that, bro. We have to give her that. She's a human being. Support her husband. She has a right to have emotions and feelings and all that. She got a right to do that. Now, is there a time and place? Yeah. Did it make it look crazy? Yeah. But she's still a human being who sees that people are attacking her husband every day. She see people bombing on her husband every day. So it's like she want to strike back. Let's see. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. Let me see. Let's go up a little bit. Okay. The boxing advisor says, why didn't she take a shot at the Browns when her fiance was the starting quarterback? Okay, the boxing advisor. That's the problem I got. Now, if that's the thing I said, did she do it when her husband was quarterback? Now I don't know because people didn't care about her like that. I don't know if she did it when her husband was quarterback because people really didn't care about her like that to even watch her. So I'm not sure. But that is a good question. Did she say the Browns suck when her husband was quarterback? I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. Got time today. Gabriel could have went undrafted. Well, we don't do shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So he didn't go undrafted. It is the Browns picked him, and that is what it is. Herbert says the fact that she is his fiance, she's supposed to be professional as well. Her fiance is playing for that team. Okay, so this is her first time being a cute NFL wife. So how's she supposed to know? She got to go through it. Not everybody is media trained. Not everybody has a PR team. So I'm not mad at her about this. I'm not mad at her. She gonna go through it, and maybe she stop it. Maybe she don't. Maybe she like bombing on people who take offense. We don't know. We don't know who she is. So I'm not gonna say she's supposed to be more professional. It's her first time going through this. It is what it is. That's my opinion. Just think about it. Herbert says, just think about it. Though Shedeur fans talk shit about Dillon Gabriel, but hasn't came back from his camp talking that way about Dillon. That move was unprofessional. Again, you could say it was. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it's her first time living in that environment. Her being that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think college people really cared about her Instagram like they care about what she say now. And I think she been making videos. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know how it is. Social media is going to catch you whatever. Going to catch you in a pickle whenever they want to. Um, Jamal says, "What about Coach Prime and Shiloh and Bucky and Karuche and even Pillar? They had to watch someone they care about get held back by their NFL have a season." Jamal, they all express their feelings. That's what I'm telling you. Why is it? Why did I don't know? Because they go after the coach of the Browns. They never went after Dillon Gabriel. For some reason, they think she's going after Shedeur. For some reason, the mom called out Kevin Stefanski. Coach Prime called out the Browns. You know what I'm saying? You see Shiloh make fun of Kevin Stefanski on Thanksgiving. So I don't know. I don't know why it's different when she said it. I think it's just because Shedeur is quarterback, so they trying to make it something. I just think she going after the Browns. In my opinion, I just think it's the Browns, man. That's what I think. Get the likes up, share the video. Get the likes up, share the video. All right, y'all. Let's get some more videos, man. Let's get some more videos. Let's go. Oh man, let's start over. Hold on.
And the team loses, boyfriend is the backup quarterback, and the team loses the game, you can absolutely not caption a video, the Browns lose again, crying, laughing emoji. You just can't do that. That's objectively wrong. She said, "What's new?" She said, "What's new?" No, the caption after the game was literally Browns lose again, crying, laughing emoji, like it's my grandma texting me. Like, he better go get back to rest. How many games can tell me? He's gonna all bro. Whoa. Because real talk, bro. Fair or unfair? Fucking everyone already doesn't like you. This is the worst thing. You got booed. You said what? You it was the one story. Where?
All right. So these guys said shout out to Big Play. It's called Big Play Factor. Okay, Big Play Factor said they don't agree with that. So y'all believe that she should have never said that. Now again, I get it. If you're a wife or a husband, you should probably stay out of it. But some people they don't mind. They don't mind the backing. Jamal says the difference is that woman is going after Shedeur. Okay, prove it. You got to prove that. You got to prove that was for Shedeur. You got to prove it. I don't think you can. I don't think you can prove that she meant that for Shedeur and not the team. I don't believe you can prove it because you can't. None of us can. You just believe she was going after Shedeur because he was the quarterback at that time. But I don't believe she was going after Shedeur. I just believe she. I think the Shedeur shot came after they brought his name up. That's what I believe. I believe she shot at Shedeur after they try to bring his name up and say that's why nobody care about your boyfriend. Remember, there was another exchange. Remember, she says, the Browns lost again. Then somebody said, I can't believe you say that. That's why nobody cared when your husband got a concussion. And she said, well then, sorry that you don't know that. Everybody want my husband to play. So she didn't just come out and shoot at Shedeur. They brought Shedeur name up, or they insinuated that when your husband got hurt, nobody cared. Ha ha ha. Now you a racist because Shedeur quarterback. Then she hit back with, well, I don't know what y'all talking about, but everybody want my husband to play. So I just think she's shooting. They shot at her and they shot at Dillon Gabriel, getting a concussion, and she just shot back saying everybody want my. I don't think Shedeur has nothing to do with this. I don't believe Shedeur has anything to do with this. I don't believe that. I mean, I believe Shedeur has nothing to do with this. She just shooting back at people shooting at her and her husband being having a concussion. That's what I believe. Get the likes up, share the video. Let's keep going. Somebody says the whole Dillon Gabriel situation, girlfriend situation, makes me laugh a little bit because why don't more wags take a page from Savannah's book? Be pretty but barely seen, unproblematic, and unheard. Now you're getting harassed on the internet by a bunch of yeah. I mean, I hear you on that. Everybody's wife or fiance is not gonna just ignore the comments like Beyonce ignored the comments. Like she said, LeBron wives ignore the comments most of the time. So I hear y'all on that. Maybe she just ignored it. She's ignored the comments or whatever. But people are human beings and people got feelings. We got to stop telling people what to do and how to respond. Let them go through and let them go through their process of growing and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she learned from this. Maybe she don't. I don't know. Let's see. What else? Any more videos of this? We got any more videos? Oh yeah. Hold on, my cat. But don't they got the thing up here though? I don't want to go to the actual YouTube video. Let's see. Somebody got the clip of Nightcap though. Here goes somebody else. Okay. Here go another one. Here go another one.
So Dillon Gabriel's girl, wife, whatever she is over here popping shit like she's been doing ever since Shedeur got in the game, right? So she gonna post, I guess, some video of her getting dressed. I guess she does that every week, but she put some little caption: "Browns lose, what's new?" Like, bro, what are you doing? Anyway, then in the comment section, I guess somebody's making a comment of like something racist, whatever, and then she goes underneath that comment and says, pretty much saying like, "Oh, the locker room wants Dillon Gabriel to play, and they don't want Shedeur to play, and that we don't know what we're talking about because we never been in the NFL." Like, first of all, bitch, you're not in the NFL. You're not in the locker room. You don't talk to the players. You're just Dillon Gabriel's girl for now, because who knows if y'all are really gonna stay together or anything because NFL, right? But she be out here popping shit, and this is what I be talking about is that they feel way too comfortable, and it's because of Kevin Stefanski. It's just obvious.
See, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna play the race card on it. I'm not playing the race card on this. I'm not calling her racial, and I'm not saying Kevin Stefanski letting the white people talk about Shedeur. I'm not gonna play the race card on this. I just think two people. I just think she's very emotional about what's going on with her husband. He was a starting quarterback, now he not. People be bombing on her husband all the time, and she want to take some shots back. That's how I see this. I ain't going racial with this. People talk about Dillon Gabriel every day, and so she just took a. Hey man, you want to talk about my husband having a concussion? All right, I'm gonna let you know a secret. They do want him to play. I see a lot of people doing it. I see a lot of females online backing up their husband the same type of way. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't play the race card with this one. I just can't do it. I see a female who backing up her husband who gets shot on and banged on every day. He get banged on every day. And so they say, oh, you want to come in? It's like, you want to come in my comment section with this? Okay, let's play then. That's how I see it. I see she minded her business talking about the Browns lost. She didn't say the quarterback. She never said the quarterback is the reason. All she said was the Browns lost again. Wow, wow, wow. We say it and she said it. And somebody said, wait a minute, you talking, what you mean? You talk about Shedeur, what's going on? And she like, what the, huh? You a racist? That's why your husband got a concussion. Ha, 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 nobody care about you. Remember, they brought up the locker room. Let's keep it real. They brought up the locker room, and she said, well, the locker room do like my husband. They want him to play. Let's keep it real. Y'all know who I ride with. I ride with Dion and all of that. But we ain't about to lie, though. We not about to lie on nobody. They brought up the locker room first, and she said, well, according to my knowledge, the locker room want my husband to play. Now what? That's what happened. That's what happened. We have to be honest clear. No matter what side you on. Let's tell we don't lie. We don't do lies. We ain't finna bend no truth like they be doing on Shedeur or like they do with Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel talk about Shedeur. Remember he talking about the entertainers and all that? Dillon Gabriel talk about Shedeur. No, I did a video saying no, he not. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. No matter how much I rock with Shedeur and I want him to play, when they lied on Dillon Gabriel that pregame and they talk about no, he wasn't. Y'all just looking for stuff. I believe right here, y'all just looking for stuff. That's what I believe. I believe y'all just looking for stuff. You can feel how you want to feel, but that lady minding her business. She ain't bothering nobody. And if she want to say the Browns lose again, she have the right to say the Browns lose again. If you believe she's talking about Shedeur, you have a right to believe that. But don't say she just purposely went after Shedeur. No, she didn't. You ain't got no proof that she was going after Shedeur. You're making it up. The same way they lied about him attacking Shedeur on that afternoon on that afternoon game preseason. They just made it up. It's the same way y'all making this shit up. You ain't got no proof that he going after Shedeur. You just want to feel that way. And I don't play that. I'm not gonna do that. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. Naya says, yep, you gonna learn because the internet, yeah, you ain't lying. The internet will find your goddamn your damn high school reunion picture for no reason. They'll find your prime picture for no reason. Man, why are you bringing this up? You was 8 years old. You was 8 years old. Why are you bringing that up? Like, yeah, you ain't lying. Internet is wild. Black Star Media says, bro, what's your cash app? Need to donate to your show. You speak facts. My cash app is this. If you serious, hold on. I'll put the cash app in there. If you serious, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on, man. Hold on. If you serious, I will definitely put my cash app in there. Hold on, man. Let's go to the cash app real quick. Let's go get that link. Let's go get the link. Know what I'm saying? Let's go get the link. Let's go to the thing. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Hit the like. Get the likes up to 20. We only got 15 likes. You guys are disrespectful. Jamal. Hold on, Jamal. We gonna get to that, Jamal. We gonna get to that. Hold on, Jamal. You said she ain't minding her business. What? It's on her page. You mean you ain't minding your business? Hold on. If you are if you are serious, here is the link right here. If you are serious, hold on. How come it ain't doing it? Let me see. Oh, there we go. All right, there it is right there. That is the cash app. Oh, let me see. Yeah, there it is. There you go. There you go right there, man. All right. Let's go ahead and pin that to the top. Let me see. Pin the message. All right. There you go, right there, my boy. Matter of fact, each video I'm gonna start doing that. From now on, when I go live, I will pin my Cash App and PayPal from now on. Okay. For anybody who want to donate, I appreciate it. If you like the content, from now on, I'll start pinning my Cash App and PayPal each show. All right, let's get to it. So if you serious, there it is right there. Anybody else who want to donate, I appreciate it. From now on, I'll start leaving my Cash App and PayPal pinned like that. There you go right there, man. There you go. There go the Cash App right there. Next time I'll make sure to put my PayPal link. Okay. So he says, after that, Jamal says people talk about Shedeur too. I did say that. I said people do talk about Shedeur. The lady sure as hell ain't minding her business. Okay. So you mean her own TikTok and Dillon Gabriel is part of the team that she's talking about is not minding her business? I can't agree with that. That's her page, and she's speaking how she want to beat it. And people are on her page minding what she say. Granted, it is a public platform. Okay. Okay. So granted, it is a public platform. So I understand what y'all saying, but she is minding her business. Her husband do play for that team. And so she's allowed to speak about it, and she's on her own TikTok page. So I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that one, bro. I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. All right. So yeah, anybody you like to donate, there's the Cash App right there. I'm gonna start dropping the link every live stream. So if you wanna donate, and I'll make sure I put my PayPal link next time too. All right, let's keep it going. So I can't get that. Okay. Okay. Did you see Jerry Judy today? Jerry apologized today. Did you see the video? No, I did not see the video. Now, if you want me to do another live, we could go over that. Let me know. After this live, we could come back and do that. So would y'all like to? Would y'all like that? Would y'all like us to come live and go over Shedeur's conference and Jerry Judy conference? Would y'all like that? Or would you like me to do an upload on that? You want me to come back live so we could do Jerry Judy apology and Shedeur's conference today? Or would you like me to do that in the upload? Let me know. But I did not see that yet. I did not see it yet. I just donated 5. Keep it up. You just donated 5. Let me see. I ain't getting nothing yet, brother. I ain't getting nothing yet. Ain't nothing showed up. Ain't nothing showed up. Oh yeah, it ain't show up yet. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, it did. I see, I see. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I see it now. I see it. Good looking out. Good looking out, man. I see it. Good looking out to Black Star Media. Good looking out. Thank you very much. Anybody else? If you like the content, I will start posting my links each video so you can donate. And if I won't shout your name out. If you want me to shout your name out, I will. If you don't, I won't. Okay. But thank you very much for that, Black Star Media. Good looking out, man. All right, Jamal says, yeah, Jamal, let me know, Jamal, how is a woman on her own page not minding her business? Now, the only time you can say that is you believe that Shedeur is involved, which I don't believe that. I don't believe Shedeur is involved, man. I don't believe that. All right, so yeah, anybody else want to donate, man, there go the link to the Cash App right there, and I will put my PayPal link in next time. So for now on, I will make sure I drop those links for anybody who like the content and who wants to donate. All right. And again, thank you very much to Black Star Media. All right, let's keep going, y'all. Hold on. Oh, here goes something right here. I believe Shedeur is definitely involved. Involved in. Oh, okay, that's. Oh, you believe that? Okay, I can't take that away. If you believe she taking shots, I can't take that away. All right, y'all. So y'all think this is fair? This is 2 starts. Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur, 2 starts. Dillon Gabriel has 48 completions, 85 attempts, 56.5% completion percentage, 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 8 sacks for 54 yards, right? I'm going to say it again. Dillon Gabriel, his first 2 starts, 85 pass attempts, 48 completion, 56.5% completion rate, 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 8 sacks, 54-yard loss. Shedeur got 45 attempts in his 2 starts, 27 completions, 60% completion rate, 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4 sacks, 37 yards. I'm going to say that one more time for Shedeur. Shedeur got 45 attempts in 2 starts and 27 completions, completion rate, 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4 sacks for 37 yards. Now, why does Dillon Gabriel get 85 attempts in 2 starts and Shedeur only get 45? Well, it's the weather. It's the weather. It's the weather. It's the weather. No, because even in the Rams, even in the Raiders game, he could have threw for 40 attempts because right, even in the Rams game. So people are saying that why Dillon Gabriel get a more the leash is not that tight. But with Shedeur, it's like we gotta roll it out. We gotta slowly roll it out. We gotta slowly roll it out. Again, I don't know the plan. I don't know the real plan. The plan looked like Dillon Gabriel's ready. We gonna give him every chance to prove that. When it comes to Shedeur, we're gonna roll out slow. Now you can look at it like Mary Kay Cabot say. Well, maybe maybe they're helping Shedeur by doing that. You can't look at it like that. You can't say, well, maybe it is helping Shedeur when they're not taking the wheels off. They got the training wheels on. You can look at it like that, but in my opinion, no. How are you going to have training wheels on one quarterback and then no training wheels on the other one? There's no fair comparison. If one can throw 50 passes one game and average 45 attempts, then let Shedeur average 45 attempts and then maybe Sunday let him throw 50 times. That is the only way I can see it. How y'all feel about that? Come on, y'all. Only 15 likes. Get them likes up. Black Star Media said Dylan Pillow talking. She said the building wants him to play. The coach said it. That's why. Okay, so Black Star Media, I can agree with that. I understand that. Dylan could go home and say it. Mary Kay Cabot has said it, and the coach has let that on the way he's played this thing that is. So you're right. I think she has room to say now what, because Mary Kay Cabot has says it. Other media has says it. The coach has let it be on that Dillon Gabriel is the one more than anybody else. So why can I say it? I hear what y'all saying. That makes sense. That makes sense right there. That do make sense. Let's see. Let's see, man. Let's see. All right. Let's see. We got any more videos before we get up? Let me see. All right, we already seen that one. Uh, I'm not going to this clip. My bad.
This thing, it looks like an ordinary hiking stick.
Okay. I think they're scared of 12 getting injured. I think they're scared 12 getting. I think they're scared of 12 getting injured. That's why they said game up again. Uh, I believe that's just the plan. They're going to stick to it, little by little, game by game, to see if he progresses. And Coach Sabensky just said today that he don't believe he regressed. I just think they have a game plan. They stick to it no matter what we say. You know what I'm saying? I think they're keeping it in house, and I believe that's the way they're operating, keeping everything in house. No matter what we say, they're going to keep it in house, and I think that's how they're working it. So when it comes to Shedeur, even though we want this to happen, I think they already have a game plan for Shedeur, and they're going to work it all out. Remember I told you, if you remember I told you they already had the game plan for Dillon Gabriel, so they stuck to it, right? They stuck to it. They already had a game plan. We're gonna let Dillon Gabriel get this. We're gonna let Dillon Gabriel get that. I believe they already had Dillon Gabriel agenda mapped out before the first practice. I really believe that. I really believe when Coach Stefanski had his eye on Dillon Gabriel, he already put together a plan and had it ready. So when they got him, this, and I think they stuck to that. And then when they picked up Shedeur, I think they already had he ain't gonna play this year. He's gonna be number 4, and it is what it is. I think they already had that ready too. I think they already had everything planned. For some reason, they didn't want to tell the media or the fans what the plan is. So they just made up a lie. It's a fair competition. For some reason, they just made up a. I don't. That's the only thing I don't like. Why did y'all lie about something you already had on the board? It was already written what it was. It's already written. Remember, each week nobody changed. No matter how good or bad somebody was, nobody changed in the depth chart. Remember that? It didn't matter how good or bad somebody was, the depth chart stayed the same. Don't y'all remember that? It was the only thing that might would have changed was Kenny Pickett versus Flacco. That's the only thing that might change. But the 2 and 3 never changed, no matter how good or bad somebody was. So they already had everything written out. For some reason, they just don't want to admit it. They already had everything written out already, and they stuck to it, and they sticking to it. So it's like I don't know why they just won't say that. Like, we're sticking, we already got a plan. We're sticking to it. Just say that. Just say, we already got the plans ready and we sticking to it. Yeah, we had to get rid of Kenny Pickett because he, whatever reason why they did that. And then we got rid of Joe Flacco out the fourth games. It is what it is. They don't want to tell us that, whatever, why they did that. And so now we stuck with the two rookies and we got to deal with it like that. But our plan was never to start. Our plan was never to play Shedeur this year. And our plan was to give Dillon 4 games. I really believe Dillon was going to get like 4 or 5 games. If you look at how everything played out, y'all, just look at it. Before anything happened and people got traded and all of that and sent off, I really believe the plan was to let Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco trade off or whatever it is. They were going to play the bulk of the season, barring injury, whatever trade. And then, depending on how everything looked, Dillon Gabriel would get his shot sometime during the season, and Shedeur would never get a shot. I really believe that. The Shedeur would have never got a shot if Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco or either one was still on the team. And if he did, it would have been 2 to 3 games. Remember that before Joe Flacco got traded, they already said if Shedeur get in, it'll be the last 3 4 games. And then right after he got traded, those rumblings got louder and louder. Oh yeah, and I believe that's what it was. I believe Shedeur would have got the last 3 or 4 games. Dillon Gabriel never got injured, then he could just say next week. Remember that. If Dillon Gabriel never got injured, he just would have kept saying he getting better next week. We're working on getting better. We're working on getting better. There's no reason he can take it. He's not hurt. He just got to get better. Got to get better. I really believe that. I believe that, man. So yeah, I don't believe it had nothing to do with Shedeur getting injured. I don't believe that. I really believe that it's they got the plan and they go whatever plan is they got for Shedeur, they gonna stick to it no matter what. Black Star Media says, who do you think 12 needs to win a chip? It's not who, it's what. It ain't who. You need a couple good receivers, and you need offensive linemen, and you need another coach. You need another coach, and you need offensive linemen, and you need a couple more receivers. That's it. And winning a championship is not guaranteed. So nothing's guaranteed. So it's not who can help us over the top. If the offense was already if the offense was already good, then that can be easier question. Go get me an Odell Beckham, or go get me a top receiver, or go get me then that'll be easier. If the offensive line really or offensive if the offensive receiver core just needed one top-notch receiver, then I can help you that. Who can help to get over the top? Maybe I can help, but they don't have top-notch receivers, so it's not easy to say just get one person. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's like the Warriors, all they needed was Kevin Durant. All the Warriors need Kevin. How we gonna beat LeBron? Go get Kevin Durant. See, that's easy because everything else is there. But so they don't have an offense. They don't have an offense for you to say who can they get. They don't have the offense to say that. They got to redo the whole. You got to redo the whole offensive line, and they got to get some real dog receivers, and they need another coach. That nigga, he ain't good. All right. Collard Green says, I never seen this hate for a quarterback, for a backup quarterback besides Shedeur. Something about him got these people in their feelings. Shout out to Collard Greens. Like, share, comment, subscribe. When you notice about the problem with Shedeur, it just doesn't make sense, right? When you asked it, and when you peel back. When you peel back, it's the legendary. And then when you peel back that, they ain't got nothing. They don't have anything. They don't have anything to talk about. They don't have nothing substantial to cry about. Nothing. He don't bother nobody. If you don't like, if you don't like a better quarterback, like a better quarterback. If you like somebody, if you got a different quarterback you like, that's fine. All the other stuff they talking about, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about that shit. So yeah, that's individual stuff. That's something that they got to deal with, and that's something that group of people like that got to deal with. 4 more likes and 20. Stop playing with us. We about to get up out of here though. Browns have 2 first-round picks. Who should they get? Wide receiver O-line. Look, I don't know. I'm not one of those people who watch college football to care who's the best. I ain't one of those people. Yo. I'm not one of those fans who, oh, they got to go get who. They need this. I'm not one of those fans. I watch it for fun and I move and I get on. If I catch somebody that's good and I might remember, cool. Go get that. Go get one. Go get one of those or two receivers from Ohio State. Go get one of those receivers from Ohio State. That's the best I can do. Go get one of those receivers from Ohio State. Number 4 or number, what is that, 13 or 17? Go get one of them. And then there's a lot of people that's not even in the league that's still good. It's a lot of free agents receivers that you could get that still can make it shake. Odell Beckham can still make it shake. Odell Beckham can still make it shake. So it's all about how you want to fill out your roster. It's all about how you want to do it. You could get a couple of receivers in the draft and then go get some better that's on the couch. You can do that too. Odell Beckham can still play, can still run routes, can still catch. So I don't know. Black Star Media says Rex Ryan is a hater. Rex Ryan is just one of those media people who is I'm gonna lock in on you and say this. That's all it is, man. You know, a lot of people they find they target and they do it or they follow what the script is. A lot of this Shedeur stuff is scripted. It ain't real. A lot of this stuff is scripted. It ain't real, bro. It's not real. It's scripted. It's scripted. If they ever be in Shedeur face, they would never repeat anything they said. They'll never repeat that stuff. They see the Deion Sanders, they're not going to repeat it. So it's scripted. Because if it ain't scripted, when you see Coach Prime, say it. Don't be on, well, Coach Prime, you know I love you. No. When you see me, say it. Say it to me. That's how you know it's real. And it's not scripted just for TV and you feel safe. A lot of them feel safe because they're on TV. But Coach Prime is everywhere. Go say it. He's everywhere. How come they never pull up on him and say it? They never call him and say it. They just say it. So it's like, it's a lot of people, it's weird. Your thoughts on 84 Gage? He mugged the punt, but he did catch some good balls from 12. Muff punts happen. Muff pups happen. So you can't beat somebody up when that happens. It happens in the game. Muff putts happen. You just got to try your best not to do it and move on. It happens. But the only thing is with Gage is they said he not the regular kick returner. So why is he out there? What was the reason of Gage being out there if he wasn't the regular kick returner? That's my only thing. Why is he out there if he's not the regular kick returner? I mean, that's what they said. I don't know. But I don't have a problem with it, man. It happens in a game. If somebody do it to you, you ain't gonna feel sorry for them. If the 49ers muff the punt and you get the ball and score, you ain't gonna feel sorry for them. You ain't gonna feel sorry for them. You know what I'm saying? So it happens, man. It happens. Tim Tebow got a lot of negative attention. Yes, Tone was that Tone. Tone. Tim Tebow definitely, but it is what it is. They went after Tim Tebow. They definitely went after Tim Tebow for sure. Cordell Stewart got hated on as Slash and the Steelers team went to the Super Bowl. Yep, I do remember that. He ain't this. He should only pick one position. He should stop being the running quarterback. He should be a stationary quarterback. I do remember that. Yeah, I remember that, man. Yeah, they called him a slasher because he could run the ball and pass the ball, and they didn't like that. You should be a stationary quarterback. Yeah, back then they didn't like black running quarterbacks. You're right. I do remember that era. They never liked black running quarterbacks. They never liked it because what is this? We're used to white quarterbacks that stand in the pocket and deliver the ball. What's this running quarterback stuff? So yeah, they didn't like Cordell Stewart for doing that. They didn't like Donovan McNabb. They didn't like Moore and Moon. They didn't like Randall Cunningham. They ain't like none of those black quarterbacks running like that. I don't know why. This is what I'm saying. When we bring up, hey man, this ain't nothing new. What are you talking about? Man, he just told you even Cordell Stewart got hated because he wasn't a traditional quarterback. All because he wasn't a traditional quarterback, they went crazy on him. Michael Vick. Like stop. I mean, it's crazy that the history is there. No, NFL would never do that to black players. NFL would never conspire against black players. Never. What? The history is there. What are you talking about? Why do y'all laugh so much? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Coaches would never do that. Huh? Hey, y'all remember? Y'all remember what was that white receiver for the Eagles that said the N word and never got in trouble? Who was that? And all the black players, it's okay. But if a black player do it, he gonna get in trouble. Who was that? What was that receiver on the Eagles that played with Michael Vick and he got caught saying the N word? Remember that? And they all and the media didn't go crazy. They act like it never happened. They act like it never happened, y'all. And then all the black players, it's okay, man. It's okay. Remember that? Like I don't know what. Imagine black players just saying the racial slurs against non-blacks, just going off on them. That would never be accepted. You getting in trouble, man. You getting in trouble for that. You get in trouble for that, bro. You get black players get in trouble for less. Imagine saying racial slurs. Imagine saying that, bro. Imagine. Imagine saying that. Even if you didn't, even if you wasn't trying to be, even if you wasn't trying to be, imagine just saying it. You're in trouble. You're getting in trouble, bro. Y'all remember that? So it's like I don't know why they get on these cameras and be like, I don't know what they're talking about. This stuff never happened. Oh yeah, go ask Michael Vick how they treated him when he first came in the league. Go ask him how they treated him. Go ask Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham. Go ask him. I don't know why they be lying like this stuff never happens. Well, it might happen, but not too much. Yeah, right. Black quarterbacks has been getting shot down, talked about, and said they're stupid. They've been saying that a long time ago. And other players. So I don't even know what they're talking about. Um, your thoughts on this week game prediction? Who is that? Uncle Rico says your thoughts on this game. Oh, my bad. No, black quarterbacks can't throw just like Shedeur. Oh yeah. Oh, Uncle Ruckus. No wonder that's your name. Black quarterbacks can't throw. Yeah, whatever, man. I'm not gonna even let you mess up my good day with that stupid shit. Your thoughts on this week game score prediction? Okay, they're playing against the Titans, and my thoughts on the Browns versus the Titans is I believe the Browns is going to win, and I say it's going to be similar to the Raiders game. I believe it's going to be similar to the Raiders game. So I believe 27, about 27-13. 27-13, something like that. Now, my bias, I want the offense to score like 37 points, 40 points. But I say about 27-13. 27-13 Browns on Sunday. Tone says Doug Williams in 80s for Washington. He was a passing Q. Oh yeah, that was in my. I meant to say that. Yeah, Doug Williams for Washington. I forgot about that. I was thinking about it, but I forgot his name. Yeah, remember that for Washington. He was a running passing Q. He was a black one. They hated on him. They despised him, and he got interviews saying that. Hey, don't you remember? Remember the interviews him telling y'all about that? Yeah, man, it was hard for me, man. It was hard for me. They didn't like me, man. They didn't like me, man. I remember that he had interviews telling you how it felt, how they made him feel. He could feel it. They didn't like him. They didn't like him. Yeah, I remember that for the Washington Redskins. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Matthew says, why is all this why is all this always about here we go. Always about race, man. I'm white from Texas. Never hear about this. We love who can ball and we love to talk Shit, if you can't, why is it about race? You from Texas? Wait a minute, brother. You from Texas and you talk about what? Wait a minute. Hold on. You tell me you don't know the history about Texas and what they do to black people and immigrants and shit like that? You don't know. You telling me you never learned about Texas and what they do to not to immigrants and black people. You don't know no history about that. You don't know nothing. You telling me you have no idea about that. Okay. All right. Then. Hey, if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Now, am I saying everything is race? No. We're telling you the NFL. We're telling you about the history of NFL. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. The history of NFL has proven to do this to black quarterbacks and black players. That's all we said. So why get defensive when you know it's true? Don't say why everything about race. I dare you to go with the history of NFL and you will see. They got documentaries on this. So why you go watch documentaries before you get defensive? Go do some real research. Okay? Even with the players getting hurt, even with getting workers' comp, CTE, all that stuff. They don't want to play the players. Don't come at me talking about why is it about race. Go act. There's players, documentaries telling you this, what they do to the players. And the players that get injured, they don't want to pay them. Don't come over here with talking about why it's about race. I'm from Texas. We want to see you people who ball. Yes, there is people who don't do that, but there's people who do that. Why ignore one side when it's real? Don't act like the other side not real. You from Texas. You already know that shit is real. Okay? You from Texas. You know that shit is real. I don't know what you don't come here talking about. I'm from Texas. We don't do that. Who is we? Who is we don't do that? You mean your little circle that you in? Your little circle don't speak for the history of Texas? Don't come up here talking about, well, we don't do that. Well, that's you and your friends. There's still a lot of racism in Texas. I don't even know what you talking about. Right now, there's a lot of racism in Texas. I don't even know what you mean. They're trying to erase black history all over the place. We're gonna take black history out the books in Florida. We're gonna erase black history being taught in schools. Well, what do you mean? Why we talking about race? It's always been like that. Don't try to blame us. It's always been like that. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea why he coming here. I'm from Texas. We don't do that. You from Texas, y'all definitely do that. Now you might not do that. Your friends might not do that. Your family might not do that. But it's still thick out there. I don't even know what you mean, brother. I have no idea, man. I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I don't even know what you're talking about, brother. I don't even know what you're talking about, man. I don't even. It's crazy that people just want to be defensive. Stop being defensive. Understand if you don't agree, go do some research. If you think I'm lying, go do some research and prove I'm lying. Oh, why'd everything about race, bro? Have you woke up? Israel ain't. It's either race or religion. It's either race or religion. Here it is. A lot of wars is over what? Race, religion, greed. Race, religion, greed. Why is there poverty? Race. Why is it the suburbs and this? Race. But they want you to believe all poverty is black, but that's a lie. Right? So don't come here and talk about it's a lot of stuff is built off race constructs and all of that. Why is everything about race? Where the hell do you live? Where you live at? Where it ain't about that. Where you live? Where it ain't about where you from, where you believe in. Where do you live? Where it ain't about that. It's everywhere, brother. In the schools, in the churches, it's everywhere. I don't know. DI, remember DI. Motherfuckers don't even know what DI is. DI is bad. No, it's not. Do y'all even know what DI started? Like, do y'all even know where the projects start? Projects didn't start with the black people. Don't come over here with that. Projects didn't start with the blacks. It started with your people. Don't do the real history about it. Because your people telling the real history about it. Huh? So don't come over here with that, bro. Don't come over here. Why everything about race? Because that's what it is. NFL been doing that. NBA been doing that. Don't come over here and tell us we can't speak about what's going on in the real world because it bother you. Well, everything about man, get out of here with that. We don't. Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing that, bro. We ain't doing it. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. I see y'all next video. I might drop uploads about Shedeur and Jerry Judy apology. I might drop an upload. All right, I'm about to go fix something to eat and probably go do a video somewhere else. All right. With that being said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, if you like what's going on with the channel, there is the Cash App right there pinned at the bottom of the chat or top of the chat, whatever it's at. And from now on, I will start pinning my Cash App and my PayPal. With that being said, I'll see y'all next video. And my thoughts is I don't think she's tagging Shedeur. And I believe she's just sticking up. If you tag her and her husband, she's going to say, hey, my husband is better. And I think a lot of fiancés would do that. Or husbands or wives, whatever. That being said, I'm out. Peace.